gets excited. Trust I pray the Lord my soul to keep it. I try to keep it clean, but it's fucked up in these streets.
Okay, I believe we are live. Welcome everyone to the Q&A for Dream in Silence. My name is Arjang Zafar. I'm the program director at the Philadelphia Asian American Film Festival, but y'all don't care about that. Fan, would you like to introduce yourself and say a little something about your relationship to this film?
Yeah, hey, I'm Fan He. I'm the producer of a documentary, Dream in Silence. Yeah, actually also in this film. So definitely have very strong connection to the main character of this film, Mr. Fang. So we were like friends for many years, and the film was about like a group of young people helping him to realize his filmmaking dream. So he's like 65 years old. So I was actually funding the remake of his short film, and I got a couple of friends like filming this process, and that's how the documentary came about.
Cool. So we will be taking audience questions. Don't know if there are any yet. Don't know why there would be, because I don't know if anyone knows that we're taking them. But I do have some preliminary questions in the meantime. So you sort of started to answer this with your little introduction, but how did you come across Fang Sir and his story? So maybe you can elaborate on what you were saying.
Yeah. So it's maybe back to like 2013 when I first met with Fang Sir. So we're in a screening, so we were actually lining up for restroom. So he was in front of me. No, like I was in front of him. But like I see like him is like an older guy, so I let him use first. So he has sort of like have a good impression on me. So we become friends and stuff. And later I find out like he was actually in the film industry in Taiwan many years ago. So he always like want to make films, keep making films. But when he immigrant to United States, like mainly for his daughter's education, and also like he has families here, so like they persuaded him to move here to Queens, New York. So after he moved here, like he seldom can find chances to make films. So he was kind of like stuck in the middle for many years. So all his friends and family cannot understand like why he still have this like kind of like unreasonable dream. And he has to takes jobs in between like his like little project. Like he used to work as a truck driver, and sometimes work as also like as those like he carries like bodies in this funeral house sometimes. So many like different jobs. So I was kind of very impressive. So we keep meeting with each other and becomes like very good friends. So I always thinking about maybe I could sometime help him to make another film. Yeah, like I was running this production company for actually from 2013 the second year after I moved to United States. So I made some money along the way. So in 2017, I finally say, maybe Fang Sir, let me help you to make your film. Yeah.
That's very fascinating kind of slice of life. It looks like we have some audience questions already.
Okay, cool.
Can we get those up here? Do you feel that there was anything you could have done differently to produce a result that both Fang Sir and the crew would be happy with? Are you still in touch with Fang Sir? So I guess this sort of goes in line with the sort of question of what his reaction to the film, both the film that you made and the Go ahead.
Yeah, that's actually it was really unexpected. Like Fang Sir wasn't really happy about the production. So basically, the crew didn't really take this very seriously. So they were, like film school graduates, like young filmmakers in New York City, and just like Asian filmmakers. So they thought like helping Fang Sir is okay. It's a meaningful thing to try, but like nobody takes Fang Sir very seriously as a director. And of course, like Fang Sir haven't made any film in like maybe 25 years, so like he sort of like don't really know what to do on set. So yeah, like the answer to the question, if I could like make it again, like maybe I can be more involved to let everyone like to be more serious, and also like talking to Fang Sir more about like helping him understand like nowadays film production procedure, nicely. So, but by the time I was actually making another TV series that was, like a multi-million production, so I was kind of 90% of my energy was on that. So you can see in the film, like actually I fall asleep a lot of time because I was so, like so exhausted. Yeah. The answer is yes. Yeah, I definitely could like try to make Fang Sir and the crew happier and have a like better like result. And I see there's another question. Like
I think the same person had a kind of extension to that question, which is, why do you think Fang Sir was so obsessed with that story, the story of silence?
I don't know very well, but like I guess maybe this is like kind of like his milestone in filmmaking. Was his milestone in filmmaking. So he only made several short films and never made a feature film as a director. So this one was the one he won awards in Taiwan. So maybe this like means like very special.
Yeah, makes sense. I think we have some more questions from the audience. Can we see those?
How was the film financed? Okay.
Yeah. How was the film financed?
Yeah, for the documentary, it actually wasn't like costing much. So it's mainly the director, the two directors. So basically they just film everything. But talking about the silence, the film in the documentary. So I basically I financed it. I think it was around $5,000. I think it's it is like worth for it, because like Fang Sir hasn't been making film for so many years. I really want to help him to make it. So it basically it's very simple. It's like I financed the silence, that short film, and the directors for the documentary just filmed the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think. Oh, is there?
Yeah, I see. Like, there's actually another question. Are you still talking to Fang Sir? Yeah, it's like from the first audience. Yeah, we still talk every week, so we are still very, very close friends. I'm in Los Angeles, he's in New York, and we talk every week.
I think I would say that's probably an interesting kind of dynamic of you said that most of the crew didn't really take him seriously as a filmmaker. He didn't really like the final product that much and wasn't happy with it. But then you have this friendship. Like, how would you kind of describe that dynamic?
I think the dynamic. I think the relationship between me and Fang Sir was like I think we like each other very much. So although like this remake, the process of this remaking wasn't going on very well, but we still like each other very much. I think I like him a lot because like he's although he's very like a 65 to 70 now, like closer to 70, but he's still like a child basically. So he dreams a lot, and a lot of him dreams. As a producer, I'm a producer. Sometimes I have to, to think about things like for a reason. Like everything happens for a reason. You have to have a schedule. You have to have a plan for everything. But Fang Sir didn't have any plan, so he only have dreams. So, which is like very sometimes very inspiring for me. So if I was him, I wasn't like dare to dream again, maybe, because like he live on very minimum like government government finance aid, like maybe a couple of hundreds per month, but he still like dreams making movies. So this like I like him a lot, and he likes me, I think, because I'm always honest for him. Okay, and I he cares about filmmakers a lot. Like every time a new he knows like a new Chinese filmmaker came to New York to study, like he cared him a lot. Like he basically invited him to launch, and ask them like a lot of questions. Sometimes it's very annoying. So people try to get away with him. Like maybe after the second time meeting with him, first time maybe think he's a very nice older guy, but like second time starting to getting annoyed. But I probably met with him every week, so I'm still like kind of enjoying like being with him, like
sort of made for each other in a way.
Yeah.
I see another question coming up. Can we see that one?
Okay.
Has Fang Sir seen the documentary? And if he has, what has he said to you about it? So we know his reaction to the film within the film, but what about
the documentary?
Yeah. What about Dream in Silence? Yeah.
Yeah, he actually likes the documentary a lot. So, which is also beyond my expectation. So he is always like break your expectations. He
Yeah.
likes the documentary a lot. I think mainly because he maybe he thinks this is a very true record of him making the film.
Mhm.
And
Was he? Yeah. No, continue. Go ahead.
yeah, and he had a plan after the remake. Which is like maybe after the documentary shot, he had a plan which is like if which is also funny because he want to sell the remake rights of this short film to more than 100 countries all over the world. And he can get like funding to remake this short film again. So which is
Again. Okay, I see.
yeah. But he likes the
Okay.
documentary.
Yeah. Okay. I don't see any audience questions. I'll ask something. I guess it's kind of on my mind. Like you kind of have been talking about the process of remaking his short film. Like it wasn't taken that seriously by the crew. It kind of felt maybe like a futile effort in some ways. But you were still, passionate enough about it to, make it the focus of a documentary. So how would you kind of characterize you and your kind of co-filmmakers like motivation in doing this, like this setting about to make, pursue this entire project?
The documentary, right?
Yeah, the documentary and the remake of his film as well. Like the whole thing, it's such a kind of a massive undertaking, and yet it's comparing that to the way that it's talked about and treated with little reverence and almost little regard is kind of, there's an interesting contrast there, if you know what I mean. So like, how do you describe your motivation through all this?
Okay. For me, I think it's my motivation comes about like I want to help people, and especially Fang Sir, I know him for many years, and I, as a like very special character, I think it will be a very like it's gonna be a important memory for me if I like if I'm maybe 20 years later, like I'm thinking about like when I was like running a film company, and I basically invest on a short film which like has no like basically you couldn't make 1 cent back, but like you help a filmmaker and he make a beautiful film, made a beautiful film, and he achieved his goal as a filmmaker. I think it's very beautiful. Although like this goal basically failed. And for the documentary, it wasn't my idea at the first place. So the Xin Huang and the Ye Bao, two directors, especially Xin Huang, because he also know Fang Sir for around, I think, the same time, like back to 2013. So he know Fang Sir very well, and by the time he made the documentary, he's about to leave U.S. to China. So he has done a lot of projects in U.S., but many for short films, and sometimes he helps me, like in my production to as like a camera operator, or sometimes as a lot of time as editor, basically. And he's also a very passionate filmmaker. So I think he's see like a documentary to Fang Sir could be a good chance for him, like to finish a feature length project before he leaves. Yeah.
Yeah. So in some ways, you could say that the documentary is a sort of story about the potential beauty of failure.
Yeah. Right.
In a way. I don't know. I like thinking about it that way. I don't know if you do. I don't believe we have any more audience questions, so I will go back to our staff questions. Let's see. This is an interesting one. So the film within the film, the short film Silence, has these two actors in it, two American actors. What was their perspective throughout the whole thing? Because their kind of perspective and their side of the story isn't really explored. I mean, for obvious reasons, like they're not really as relevant. But like, how do they feel about it? How much did they know about the overall story? Like, what was their take and their side?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't talk to those actors.
Okay.
I think they are very professional actors, and when I was on set, I sensed maybe these things. This is special because the director wasn't there like all the time. Like basically the first assistant director was directing it, and they respect Fang Sir a lot because Fang Sir sometimes talk to them about the character in the ring, and the first assistant director translate. So I think they enjoy working with the crew and Fang Sir. I don't really know their perspective.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. We have time probably two more questions, I think. Let's see. First off, let's see if there are any more staff questions. Looking back, how does the crew now feel about this project, both Silence and the documentary? You sort of touched on this, but maybe you could just talk about like where's everyone at now, and like looking back. Some distance.
Let me see. The first assistant director, she graduated from School of Visual Art, also in New York. So she was an actor in China, actually. So she, after graduation from SVA, she becomes a director. So now she's in LA and she's directing short films, music videos, and she's also developing feature-length films. So she's now a working director, basically. And
do you want to just say their names so you can just plug them and people can like look out for their work, maybe?
Yeah. Xie Yun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you were going to continue. Okay. Go ahead.
Right. So I remember when I first reached out to her, like saying like Fang Sir is directing the short film, but he definitely need a bilingual first assistant director, since like he intended to do a English version of this remake, and he doesn't speak English. So, and Xie Yun also knows Fang Sir, but maybe not that closely, but he definitely knows Fang Sir, and he saw this project as a like a special performance, like kind of like it's like not for a serious project, but like he sees this maybe it's gonna be a special memory for him, for Fang Sir. So he takes it like that. I still remember that. This for Xie Yun, and for me, I'm still producing. So I was in New York for 8 years, and now in Los Angeles. And for where else? Like the DP. The DP is a DP friend of mine, and the DP was now he has family in Brooklyn and recently has a newborn baby. So he's still DPing, but like for as a DP, sometimes it's hard to keep getting jobs. So you have to like have a long time to get a job, and in between the time he works as a gaffer and sometimes kid group. So he's still in New York filmmaking. And who else? The
If you can't think of anyone, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Ting is the let's see, the line producer of the remake. So Ting also lives in Flushing. So she also just gave baby to a kid maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, definitely after the documentary. So he and Fang Sir has like that very special relationship because he treated Fang Sir basically like a kid. So Fang Sir sometimes is annoying of her because so Fang Sir want Ting to treat him as a serious filmmaker, but Ting sees him as a kid. So
and I think we can wrap up with this final audience question.
Okay.
Can we see that come up? Which version of Silence did you like more? And do you know which one Fang Sir likes more?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. So we have 3 versions. The first one was 1978, 79, something like that. The second one, which Fang Sir won an award for, was made in 1989. So it's 10 years in between. And the third version was 2017. So there's 3 versions. Actually, me and also the crew likes the first one the most, and Fang Sir likes the second one. And probably nobody liked the last one. And the first one, it was interesting because the first one Fang Sir made with Christopher To. So the internationally acclaimed DP, and by the time that was Christopher's first film, so he made with Fang Sir, and also Fang Sir's first film in 1979. So they were in the same stage play company, or they were doing this stage plays. Fang Sir was doing some paperwork, and Christopher To was an actor in that theater. So they were both making film and don't know how to start. And Fang Sir has a story and he wants to direct, and Christopher To want to be DP. So he volunteered to be Fang Sir's DP. And Fang Sir shot with Christopher To, and Fang Sir hate Christopher To's image. So you think Christopher To is always kidding on him because sometimes it's out of focus. He mentioned this many times. Christopher To was, this is for the mood. You see, this is how beautiful. And Fang Sir just thinks this bullshit. He doesn't know what he's doing, so he's shooting out of focus. And we see some image, maybe not the entire film, but we definitely see a couple of shots, and we think it's very beautifully shot actually. This out of focus and in focus, out of in focus, and was actually very beautiful. And they remain friends for a couple of years, maybe many years. But after Fang Sir moved to United States, and they never got a chance to make. So in this film, actually, you can see he was trying to reconnect with Christopher. So Christopher actually replied, but he was too busy to to shoot a third version of the film.
Yeah, kind of an appropriate
Yeah.
ending there. Okay, it looks like we're out of time. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope the audience has too. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk again soon about something else.
Cool.
Or not, if not soon, someday.
Yep.
You say this kill, black and brown, and when will you talk about class in this story? The rest is allegory. Come together, unionize, see it through each other's eyes. No need to fight over supplies while workers save lives. They need protection too. What we gonna do? Organize our way through. And for those behind bars, we must fight hard. Global pandemic, endemic, systemic. No equality, no quality of